Welcome to the Survive and Thrive series. I'm Nathan Hurd, Chief Growth Officer with the Oxford Club, and today we're going to talk about the biggest retirement concern there is. It's not money, and it's not even family. It's something that underpins all of it. It's our health, specifically health issues and healthcare costs associated with those health issues. And we've just gone through a global health crisis. And so I think today we are all keenly aware of, the status of our health, our vulnerability, our immunity, or lack thereof. So today, I'm going to give you 6 core areas, not only about health, but about vitality. Because let's be honest, if you can have all the money in the world, and it means almost nothing if you don't have the energy, the vitality, if you don't feel alive to enjoy it, to appreciate the time you have with your family, the experiences, and everything else about your life. Let's start by defining the difference between health and vitality. Health is the state of being free from physical or physiological disease, illness, and the malfunction of our systems. Vitality, on the other hand, is the capacity to live and develop, to feel alive and energized. And I can just tell you, I have been at stages in my life very unhealthy. And today, I feel far more vital and alive than I ever have. And the 6 things I'm going to show you play a big role in that, but they are agnostic to age. They can apply to you at any age, and in fact, can be much more deeply felt as you get older. Through this global health crisis, comorbidity, meaning other additional factors coupled with COVID, significantly influence. It's one of the biggest factors in death and in death rates. In fact, I listened to an interview recently with the Chief Wellness Officer Emeritus at the Cleveland Clinic. His name is Dr. Michael Roizen. And he talked about the things that we can do to best prepare for a potential resurgence of the COVID-19 this fall or winter during flu season. And he said the number one thing that people don't realize is that they can and should focus on getting healthy if they want to protect themselves this coming fall. So between now and September, October especially, you can make a huge impact in your own health and your immunity should this rear its head again. A couple things to consider, and this came from this interview. 67% of us have the genes for diabetes, but only 15% of us actually have diabetes. Why? Because it's lifestyle driven largely, or certainly lifestyle triggered. Body mass index is also largely lifestyle related, it turns out. Smoking and lung disease is largely lifestyle triggered. Even chronic kidney disease can be reversed or ameliorated by lifestyle choices. The cause of pain that you feel is rarely the source. And what do I mean by that? The underlying systems that support healthy functioning in our bodies are typically not being taken care of. And that drives the pains that we feel, but oftentimes we focus on the pain, the source of pain, whatever it is, and not the underlying cause. But today, I'll give you some things that should help with that. In 1950, the rate of obesity in this country was 10%, okay? 50 years later, by year 2000, it had tripled to 30%. So in 50 years, tripled to 30%. From 2000 to 2018, it jumped from 30% to what it is today, which is over 42%, not overweight, obesity in this country. That's a 50% increase plus in just 8 years. And the representation, the percentage of overweight is 71% in this country. And we wonder why our health problems have continued to expand and expand and expand. So let me give you a couple things to think about. I'm going to give you 6 categories. And by the way, I'm not a doctor, but I have been very unhealthy and I'm not that way today. I feel very healthy today. Also, these are areas I'm entirely confident if you practice them, they will not hurt you. They will only make you healthier and stronger. However, consult with your doctor, take care of yourself, do your own research. And in fact, I'm not going to go super deep on the research in each of these. There's tons of research to back it up, but it would take an hour to go through it all. I'm going to give you some specific practical ideas, and I invite you to do research and explore them on your own. But I can tell you, if you practice any or all of these, I can almost guarantee you your body will thank you. And I can almost guarantee you will see the level of energy and vitality you feel significantly increase. The first key to vitality is breathing, is oxygen. What is the thing that we can go the least amount of time without? It's oxygen, right? Oxygen is a huge part of our body, especially since water is 33% oxygen. And we are mostly made of water. So one of the things that we underutilize the most is breath when we're just not feeling well. When you wake up in the morning, your body is the most toxic and the most in need of some sort of energizing breath work, some oxygen influx. And there's a one breath technique that you can find most widely that works extremely well, and that's a 4-8-4 breath. So what does that look like? You take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 8 seconds, and then you exhale slowly for 4 seconds. You do this 5 to 10 times first thing when you wake up every morning. I guarantee you will feel a difference. It gives your body a huge boost of oxygen, which is exactly what it needs first thing in the morning. It also kickstarts your lymphatic system, which I'll talk more about in a second. So deep breathing. The other thing is getting out in nature. Why is it so great? Amongst other things, there's a lot of reasons, but one of them is that when you're walking through the woods, the trees are giving off oxygen. You know, if you've ever walked through a redwood forest, I vividly remember hiking out west in California through the redwoods. The air is, you can feel the air is different. I mean, I felt, it woke me up. The oxygen is so rich in the air. And so one of the reasons getting out in nature can be so useful and wonderful is because it's so oxygen rich. So that's something to consider. Number 2, lymphasizing. What the heck does that mean? Lymphasizing your lymph system, as I said. There is 3 times more lymph fluid in your system than blood. There are over 600 lymph nodes all throughout your system. And the lymph system is a circulatory system that carries disease-fighting materials to cells. It transports dead germs away from cells. And when this system becomes blocked, we become defenseless against attacks by virus and bacteria. It's also, you know, if you've ever known someone, or if you've ever had a cancer, it's something where the lymph system is something that's very concerning because it can spread something like that around to your body, particularly if it's if it's not operating in a healthy way. So the 2 things that I found that help with this. Number 1, cold showers. And you might say, no, I love my warm showers in the morning. Try this. It's something, I know it sounds a little crazy, but it will make you feel incredible. Some people say just kind of turn the water all the way cold and just jump in and suck it up. I tend to find you can do it that way, or you can get in with a warmish shower and then just slowly kind of work your way there. Try either, but here's what I can tell you. Your blood rushes to all your capillaries to help to keep you warm, and it just awakens your entire system, including your lymph system, and it's a great, great way to start the day. In fact, you know, if I take a cold shower, I don't even feel the need for coffee 9 times out of 10. I will say it's easier to do in the summer when it's warm than the winter, but I promise you it's a practice that is worth trying, and just see how it makes you feel, because it has incredible health benefits. The second is rebounding. Now, rebounding is when you sort of jump up and down. Now, you may not be in a position to do a lot of jumping around, but here's what I have used and found works extremely well for this. They make small trampolines that are just, you know, these little personal trampolines. You can get them for like $50 online. And it's easier on you, much easier on your joints and on your structural skeletal system. But it really is a great way to kickstart your lymph system. So if you do like a minute or two, even a couple minutes of this in the mornings, you're going to just instantly notice that it very much awakens you. It's also something you can do if you're feeling you're kind of dragging throughout the day. Just hop on and try it. And again, this is a system you need to take care of if you want to feel healthy and vital. All right, so that's 2. 3 is water. All right, so I know this sounds obvious. Thank you for the obvious remark, Nate. But your body expels 2.5 liters on average per day. But exercise, sweating, temperature, altitude, all kinds of things can drastically increase the need for water. And caffeine, right? A lot of us drink coffee, and alcohol really dehydrate your system even further. So if you're drinking coffee, if you're drinking alcohol, you got to make sure you're really, really consuming water. But even if you're not, just to remain healthy, one of the best ways you can tell if you're dehydrated is your urine. If your urine has a yellow color, it means that your body is in some form of slight or high dehydration. A carefully hydrated body has colorless urine. So some of the side effects of dehydration include stress, headaches, back pain, allergies, weight gain, asthma, high blood pressure. I mean, our bodies are mostly water. All of your systems rely so much on being fully hydrated. So here are 2 thoughts about water that I'll give you. Number 1, if you don't start every day with a big glass of water, I highly recommend it. Even better, try a little lemon in your water. Lemon in your body, lemons are citric. People think of them as acidic, but the way your body processes lemon juice, it actually is alkaline forming. And if you haven't done research, I'm not going to get into that here, but acid and all the contributors to acid in our bodies and our pH balance is very bad to be overly acidic. So it can be really helpful. But regardless, a nice full glass of water first when you wake up is exactly what your body needs. You'll see it wakes you up. It makes you feel, it gives you energy. The second thing, how much water should you be drinking a day? This may sound crazy, but the number is half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh, 180 pounds, you should be drinking 90 ounces of water throughout a day. In fact, you don't really want to go more than 15 or 20 minutes without taking a sip of water if you can help it. So this may sound like a lot, but watch what happens. Water helps your entire system to flush out toxins, and you will feel the difference very quickly if you start to really fully hydrate yourself, and you're not currently. So that's number 3. Breathing was 1, taking care of your lymph system was 2, water is 3, 4 is living and water-rich foods. So first, why do we eat? Because I think this is a key difference. We see so many advertisements about food that make us feel like food is just supposed to be this indulgent, pleasurable activity. And, yes, that's true. But why does our body want us to eat? Getting a shot of dopamine from a candy bar, we all know what it feels like to crash after that, right? Your body's not actually thanking you for that. So why do we really functionally eat food? For a couple reasons. Number 1, to energize, to grow and develop, to purify and cleanse. Our body takes a lot, if we're putting the right kind of foods, out of those foods to detoxify and to cleanse our systems. To prevent and fight disease. You don't have to do a lot of research. If you look at the blue zones, for example, I'm not going to go into it here, but the longest living people in the world today have a very similar way of eating. And there's no question about it. With all the research out there now, it really influences the start and the fighting of disease. To nurture our outer beauty, our system, how we actually look and feel. Water and water-rich foods affect your skin, affect your appearance, affect wrinkles, affect how you look and feel. If you ever see people with a glow, some of that's genes, but a lot of it is lifestyle and is the food that they're putting into their bodies. Of course, to socialize and to enjoy. Food's a big part of, getting together with friends and family. And that's certainly very true. But the primary reasons, think about like functionally what you're putting in your body to help it to process and feel and function properly. And if you're looking at it that way, food for the most part is fuel for your body, is fuel for your system. And from a living in water-rich food standpoint, ideally you should be getting 70% of your foods are living and water-rich foods. So these are like all sorts of fruits and vegetables just think about the foods that have high water content. And if you can have a salad for or with every meal, you're going to be in incredible shape. So even if you're having something different, a steak, a potato, whatever else, if you can have salad with it, that's an awfully good start. All right, so that's 4. The 5th one is essential oils, specifically omega-3 and 6 oils. Your body, specifically your cells and the membranes around your cells, need healthy fats to stay healthy. Your brain, your heartbeat, these healthy fats can stabilize your heartbeat and improve your brain function. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'll leave it to you to do your research, but I think you know this or have heard it. I'm going to give you a suggestion. I have found a product called Udo's Choice Oil Blend. That's UDO Choice Oil Blend. You can find it at different health stores. It's made of like flax seeds, different sesame seeds, those kinds of things contain omega-3s and 6s. And it's a very healthy oil blend. And you actually store it cold and you put it over salads or you just take it. And they're incredibly healthy fats that support your systems. So I just wanted to give you that recommendation. Do your research and take a look. But this is an incredibly important thing. And most of us get our fats from bad and unhealthy sources. Finally, you're probably wondering, what about exercise? Well, the last one is aerobic energy, right? There's a difference between fitness and health. Health and vitality we talked about before, but fitness is the physical ability to perform athletic activity. And health is just when all of the body's systems work optimally, right? Your nervous system, your muscular system, skeletal system, circulatory system, digestive, lymphatic, hormonal, etc. But aerobic exercise plays such an important part in that. If you exercise consistently, if any of you are watching this and you know the difference between how you feel when you get 20 or 30 minutes of walking, running, exercising of any kind in, and when you don't, it's common sense, right? I don't think I need to beat this drum too hard. But getting aerobic exercise, the one thing I'll tell you about it is that research shows if you exercise with some level of consistency, even if it's once a week for 12 months, your body will form a positive addiction. And this is the kind of addiction, of course, that we want. So I just encourage you to think about how much exercise you're getting today and what you could do, even if you can't, physically do very strenuous exercise like aerobic exercise, like even walking or, there's all sorts of options out there. Bands and there's countless classes online. There's just a ton of possibilities. Take a look at the aerobic exercise. So to review, breathing, lymph system, water, eating living and water-rich foods, at least 70% of our diet, essential oils, and aerobic exercise/energy. Your health determines the level of energy and aliveness you feel each day. You're here on earth. And while you cannot control everything, and you can't control every aspect of your health even, you have vastly more control over your health than you think. Start by getting clear about why you want to live a long life and what you want that life to feel like for all the years you live. Thank you so much. Shoot me a note or comment. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, this has been the Survive and Thrive.